Hello everyone, it's my brother John Ming again. What about YouTube this time? I want to share a piece of news with you. In early June, GIA will release a news. Will it no longer use the traditional 4C standard to go to the grading laboratory or cultivate diamonds? What news? Maybe you heard it, but what about me, jewelers and pearl merchants? When did I receive some news? In fact, I am quite sudden, just like hearing your grandmother's words that she will no longer use traditional methods to cook. It is so sudden that every website says GIA, and it will stop starting in the second half of 2025. What about it? What is the global public 4C grading system called 4C for laboratory-grown diamonds? If you have watched my previous YouTube, you will know that it is 4C. It is so simple that it is the same as the weight, the color, and the buried cut. That is, what color is it? DEFG will not use this grading again. LGI is so clear about how to say it and do the purpose. In fact, it is necessary to reposition cultivated diamonds and buried natural diamonds as different categories and strengthen the distinction between the two. In fact, to put it simply, I just want to let you know that natural diamonds are the same as laboratory stones. The ingredients are the same, but the origin and value are different. That is, the CEO of AU, Zhonghua La. In fact, the share of GIA-rated laboratory diamonds is less than 5%, and the current laboratory price certification is actually meaningful. Behind this decision, it is to consolidate GIA's dominant position in the field of natural diamonds and re-establish the unique value and rarity of natural diamonds. What did you talk about the fourth division first? It's so quick. The weight of the first poem is how many weights the injection has. The bigger the grain, the more expensive it is. The positive degree is too much diamond. Will there be any flaws? Carat-y. The whiter the third C colour, the better. The D colour is the whitest. Whether the cutting stone flashes or not depends on these reflective cutting surfaces. Polishing is the complete system of CC-LA is a world-recognised evaluation standard for natural diamonds. After designing this, when everyone buys diamonds, there is a common language, so it won't be given to others. In fact, it's just GIA. When it comes to laboratory diamonds, my attitude has actually changed very quickly. Before, I used a blue shirt to tie a PDF file. The physical shirt will be transformed into a new system that can do it without using 4C. It will be divided into two types, which are premium and standard. In Chinese, it is called preferred and standard. If a laboratory diamond cannot even meet the minimum quality standard, even the grading does not make grade such a premium diamond. D to H types all belong to the premium range. IF, a stone, is a range. It belongs to premium. What is the standard is slightly lower than I type. The basic colour is the same as the SI range and the cutting is very good, but it is not the top cutting. What if the stones are lower than the standard? The CIA session is 457 diamonds, but it doesn't give the grade. Such a report will write obvious connotations or have obvious colours. What is the most obvious result of this change? In the future, the GIA 457 diamond report will become so simple that it won't be mentioned again. What colour, what positivity, what GIA decision? In fact, there are several reasons behind it. The first reason is that in recent years, some technologies have become more and more developed. What are the methods of CVD, HPHT? What are the techniques for cultivating diamonds in the laboratory? The more you get, the better you get. That is, the fewer flaws you get when you make them. Because the quality is very close, the detailed 4C suction system was originally designed for natural diamonds. For 457 diamonds, it is actually a bit redundant. The second purpose is clearly stated. This change actually needs to help consumers understand that there are important differences between turning laboratory diamonds and burying natural diamonds. Let's emphasize that natural diamonds have been tied to the Earth's crust for billions of years. Form rare geology. In fact, hey, each grain is unique. If you have your own finger, you will be a fingerprint. As for laboratory-grown diamonds, they are controlled by a man-made environment. In a short period of time, it is easy to copy artificially manufactured diamonds. In fact, what I want to express is that natural diamonds are chemically different from 4 or 5 room-grown diamonds. The environment is almost indistinguishable from those buried on the naked eye. So what is the origin story of this model? With this rarity and monetary value, preservation of value has become an important part of natural diamonds and laboratory stones. I asked some experts about making lab dime in the branch store. What about GIA's move? In fact, I don't like it very much. I just think that doing this is not just not innovative. I think experimental diamonds are good. If innovative, I don't want to innovate. I also think this is because I strive to maintain tight natural diamonds. The performance of the diamond industry, what impact will it actually have on consumers who plan to sell laboratory-grown diamonds? If your girlfriend wants GIA diamonds, in fact, it will be so simple for you. If you don't think about the fourth division, you will buy premium in the future. You will definitely buy standard. In fact, it will be so simple.
The information of the case is so simple. When you enter the shop, why don't you tell you what colour you want? The salesman will tell you that you want to buy premium. It must be standard. It is so easy to choose. In fact, it is easy to choose. It will improve the transparency and clarity. because some people say that it is natural and 4 threads. Your laboratory diamonds are all 4C. It is the same. In the future, you have to be careful, because there are some old certificates and new reports. Gymium Lab Brown Diamond may be popular. However, some people think that it is flat and flat. Standard is fine. But some people think that I have already bought something so flat, so I bought a lot. Premium, both kinds of customers have such whitewashers, so let's say laboratory diamonds. In fact, the wholesale price has plummeted since 2015.
It is estimated that the price will fall 100 times more in 5 years by 15%. This is a prediction. I don't know how much it will cost in the future, what will happen after being buried. Maybe there are some websites that are already very flat, that is, they are like crystals, or some rubber beads, that is, they are predicted to be very flat because in fact the price drop is really sharp. I remember about 10 years ago in 2015, when it became popular, the price was actually relatively stable, about half of the price of natural diamonds, but it was actually a few percent of natural diamonds. When the price falls, it falls so fast. Do you predict that it will fall 100 times more? In fact, it is not surprising because it has fallen by 95%. How many years has it been? Although everyone knows that GIA is the most authoritative diamond certificate in the second supply, it is a lot of laboratory diamonds. In fact, it will use another certificate like IGI, GSAL, etc., but it is recently. Another certification agency is HRD, which is anti-HP in Belgium before me. I have told stories about the place where diamonds are buried in anti-HP. If you are interested, you can. Look at it. HRD said straightforwardly that he would not help laboratory stone make certificates again, so you will see it. Actually, what certification agencies are there? In fact, it begins to become more and more differentiated. If you continue to do something like IGI, you will continue to grade diamonds. If you do, you will start to not grade, or it will simplify grading. So, if you still want to buy 457 diamonds, you should have to choose it too late. If you want 4C, it's really only IGI. Let me tell you some interesting things. Experts in natural diamonds are generally welcome. The EIA is like this because it thinks that one is a turning point, positioning laboratory diamonds and natural diamonds as different categories rather than competition. That is, it is not natural diamonds that compete with world diamonds, but the two. That is, you no longer say that one apple is delicious, but that one is apple and the other is orange. Many experts think this matter, reiterating the emotional uniqueness of natural diamonds, emphasizing rarity and intrinsic value, and laboratory experts think that doing this is ridiculous and harmful. With the value of the field of physical examination diamonds so expected, consumers will turn to other certificates. Analysts like IGI expect that the price of laboratory diamonds will continue to fall soon. Do you have laboratory diamonds? It is often publicized that it is ethical, and there will be no blood change and environmental protection. But in fact, it has already broken out, and it is a lot of people who don't know the diamond company just do it. It is a publicity discovery that the laboratory is produced by fossil fuel buried factories, especially in China and India, so...
If you talk about environmental protection, this Vincent is no longer established. Go here, there are some customers, just look at my YouTube and leave a message. I always talk about laboratory stones, that is... It's so obvious. If you don't talk about it, everyone knows it. I just think laboratory diamonds are not good. If I think laboratory diamonds are good, first, I just don't think it's good, so I won't sell it first. Think about it, if I had already started the laboratory stone business at the beginning, that is, I sold laboratory diamonds that year, but my home has already dropped by 95%. That is, I sold them for 10,000 mosquitoes, and my home is worth at most 5 tons of water. Many people say that natural diamonds have dropped enough. Well, they will drop by 95%. Percent is so good. I think buying natural diamonds must be laboratory-grown diamonds.
There are people saying that you are not like this today. I just shared it until 1 degree. In fact, this film is hoping to bring out some industry news. I would like to share with you what shop I want to ask. As far as the ground floor shop at number 14 Wellington Street Central is concerned, what do you think of GIA's new policy? Do you think lab diamonds will be tied in the future? I hope you leave a message to let me know. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.